Beneath layers of ice, countless mysteries from the past lie hidden, waiting to be uncovered. What astonishing secrets has this frozen vault revealed? Join us as we explore the 20 most incredible discoveries found in ice. The Inca Maiden, Juanita, was discovered in 1995 on Mount Ampato in Peru's Andes. Her body was remarkably well preserved, with skin, hair, and clothing intact. She wore traditional Inca attire and was found with offerings like ceramics and textiles, highlighting Inca ceremonial practices. Juanita, likely a girl aged 12 to 15, was chosen for the Capacocha ritual, where young maidens were dedicated to the gods through mountain ceremonies. Her journey was both physical and spiritual. She is now kept in a refrigerated chamber at the Museo Santuarios Andinos in Arequipa, educating visitors about Inca beliefs. Ernest Shackleton, a British explorer, is known for his heroic Antarctic expeditions in the early 20th century. During the Nimrod expedition, 1907–1914, his team built 2 huts at Cape Royds and Cape Evans. These huts, over a century old, symbolize human resilience in harsh conditions, offering shelter from extreme cold, isolation, and storms during their scientific and exploratory efforts. In 2017, the Antarctic Heritage Trust found a well-preserved fruitcake inside one hut. Wrapped in paper and kept in a tin, the cake still held its original taste and texture. This century-old food, vital for energy during the expeditions, shows how Antarctica's cold, dry climate helped preserve it, connecting us to the explorers' challenges. Would you dare to join an expedition like Shackleton's, knowing what those explorers faced? Comment and chat with me. But the mystery doesn't end there. Next, we uncover a Viking tunic hidden for centuries in the remote Norwegian mountains, revealing unexpected stories of ancient life. The Tunic of Lendbreen was found in 2011 by archaeologists in Norway's Jotunheimen Mountains, preserved in ice for centuries. Dating from the Viking era, roughly the 8th to the early 11th century, it offers a rare glimpse into Viking life. Made of wool with a diamond twill pattern, the tunic reflects skilled craftsmanship and careful tailoring. It highlights the Vikings' emphasis on clothing for both protection and social status. This artifact deepens our understanding of their textile expertise and cultural values. Mount Erebus, Antarctica's southernmost active volcano, rises 3,794 meters above sea level on Ross Island. Named after the HMS Erebus from Captain James Clark Ross's 1841 expedition, it features a rare, constantly active lava lake in its crater. The volcano regularly emits gases, ash, and lava, offering scientists a close look at volcanic activity. Remarkably, microbial life thrives in its harsh environment, providing clues about the possibility of life on other planets like Jupiter's moon Europa. Mollivirus. In 2015, scientists studying Siberian permafrost discovered the Mollivirus, a giant virus frozen for thousands of years. Permafrost, soil or rock below freezing for at least 2 years, preserves ancient material. While analyzing core samples from the Kolyma River region, they found this virus, much larger and more complex than typical viruses, similar to Pandora viruses. The Mollivirus remained infectious despite its age. This discovery highlights risks as climate change thaws permafrost, potentially releasing ancient viruses into the environment. In 2017, scientists discovered an ancient rainforest in the Transantarctic Mountains, dating back to the Cretaceous period, about 90 million years ago. Fossilized remains revealed a variety of plants, including ferns, conifers, and flowering species. This rainforest contrasts sharply with Antarctica's current icy and frigid conditions. During the Cretaceous, Antarctica was closer to the South Pole, but had a much milder climate. The continent was free of ice, with warmer average temperatures that allowed this lush vegetation to thrive. Scientists attribute this temperate climate to elevated atmospheric carbon dioxide levels, known as the greenhouse effect. These conditions supported diverse plant life and possibly unique animal species. Did you like this video? Don't forget to hit the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out, and I promise to bring you more awesome content. But lurking beneath the now melting permafrost lies a silent threat. What is it? Stay tuned. A significant scientific discovery reveals large amounts of toxic mercury, hidden deep within the Arctic's melting permafrost. This poses a risk to the fragile Arctic ecosystem, raising concerns among researchers and environmentalists worldwide. Scientists have identified approximately 56 million liters, around 15 million gallons of mercury trapped in the permafrost, making it the largest mercury reservoir on Earth, exceeding amounts found in soils outside the Arctic. As global temperatures rise, the permafrost continues to thaw, increasing the risk of mercury being released into the environment. Once released, mercury can contaminate water supplies and accumulate in aquatic life, moving up the food chain. This presents potential risks to marine and terrestrial animals and may affect human health through the consumption of contaminated fish and wildlife. Mercury released into the atmosphere can also travel long distances, spreading contamination beyond the Arctic. Addressing mercury pollution requires international cooperation to protect ecosystems and human health globally. In 2016, researchers made a remarkable discovery in Antarctica: fossilized remains of an ichthyosaur, a prehistoric marine reptile, including an embryo inside the mother's body. This rare find offers unique insights into the reproductive biology, behavior, and evolution of these ancient creatures. Ichthyosaurs lived during the Mesozoic era and resembled modern dolphins, making them fascinating ancient ocean inhabitants. The fossilized mother and embryo, millions of years old, reveal that ichthyosaurs gave birth to live young instead of laying eggs like many reptiles. This adaptation helped them survive by producing fully developed offspring, avoiding the risks that eggs faced from predators. If you want to see more weird ice discoveries that have left researchers bewildered, I've also added a direct link to this video in the comments section pinned below the video. And don't forget to come back. The next discovery is about the discovery of a baby mammoth carefully preserved in ice. Lyuba the baby mammoth. The discovery of a baby mammoth gently preserved in ice, like the well-known Lyuba, provides a rare window into Earth's distant history. These treasures, carefully kept in Siberia's permafrost, display exceptional preservation that helps scientists understand the biology, behavior, and environment of these ancient giants. Lyuba lived more than 40,000 years ago during the Pliocene epoch. Her remarkably well-kept form includes her trunk, skin, hair, and internal features, offering valuable scientific insights. Experts have examined her diet, stomach contents, and even ancient microscopic life, uncovering details about her world. The careful preservation of baby mammoths like Lyuba occurred because many entered natural traps like bogs or crevices, where their remains were gently embraced by ice or peat. This protection kept other animals away and slowed natural changes. The cold permafrost played a vital role in maintaining the condition of these extraordinary creatures. In a remarkable discovery, scientists found a 3,500-year-old cave bear perfectly preserved in the permafrost of the Russian Arctic. This rare find offers a unique glimpse into Earth's prehistoric past and shows when these massive animals roamed northern regions. In 2020, Russian researchers uncovered the well-preserved remains of a cave bear on the Lyuba Islands. The bear's fur, teeth, and internal organs were still intact thanks to the Arctic's cold permafrost, which stopped decomposition. Cave bears lived from about 2.6 million to 11,700 years ago during the Pliocene epoch. They were large herbivores related to modern brown bears. Adapted to the Ice Age's cold, they made caves their homes. The bear's remarkable preservation allows scientists an unprecedented chance to study these prehistoric giants in detail, deepening our understanding of life during the Ice Age. Rupkund Lake, also called Skeleton Lake, rests high in the Indian Himalayas at over 16,000 feet. Beneath its clear waters lie numerous ancient human remains, first uncovered in 1942 by a forest ranger. Initially believed to be recent, possibly related to wartime events, later research confirmed the remains are very old. Earlier theories suggested the individuals were affected by a single natural event, like an avalanche or storm. However, modern techniques such as DNA and radiocarbon dating revealed these occurrences happened at different times over several centuries, with intervals of up to 1,000 years. The people were from varied backgrounds, including local inhabitants and travelers, perhaps from the Mediterranean, indicating the lake attracted visitors from far-off places. Many remains showed signs of injuries consistent with extreme weather or external forces, supporting ideas of tragic incidents. Alongside the remains were artifacts, jewelry, tools, and items from different cultures and periods, pointing to Rupkund Lake's role as an important ancient site, possibly a place of pilgrimage or a key stop on old trade routes. As warming temperatures expose more remains, each new finding deepens the mystery, prompting questions about why so many journeyed to this isolated and challenging location over the centuries. Maurice Wilson, a British aviator with limited climbing experience, embarked on a daring solo journey to Mount Everest in 1934. Captivated by the mountain, he planned to land his small plane near Everest Base Camp and make the ascent alone. His plan surprised mountaineers and officials, who viewed it as extremely risky. In April 1934, Wilson successfully made a rough landing in Tibet and spent months adjusting to the challenging high-altitude environment. His diary reveals a mix of determination and mounting struggle. Without adequate cold-weather gear, climbing skills, or support, his endeavor faced severe challenges. By late May, a British team located Wilson high on Everest, where he had sadly ceased to continue. His journey reflects the powerful drive of human ambition and the serious challenges posed by Everest's conditions. His presence on the mountain for years served as a somber reminder to others. Wilson's story remains a lesson in preparation, experience, and respect for nature's challenges, while also inspiring those drawn to pursue extraordinary goals. If this journey into Antarctica's mysteries amazed you, give this video a thumbs up to show your support. Millions of years ago, Antarctica was a lush, temperate land, very different from the frozen wasteland it is today. Since the 1980s, dinosaur fossils found there have revealed life during the Mesozoic era, about 180 million years ago. At that time, Antarctica had a climate similar to modern New Zealand or southern Chile, with forests, rivers, and grasslands. The continent was part of Gondwana and positioned to allow warmer conditions supporting diverse ecosystems. Fossils include massive sauropods, long-necked herbivores over 100 feet long, fearsome carnivorous theropods, and a wide range of herbivorous ornithopods, from small agile species to large armored dinosaurs. One key discovery, Antarctosaurus, showed that sauropods adapted to polar life, with months of continuous daylight and darkness. These finds prove dinosaurs lived on every continent, thriving in extreme seasonal light and temperature variations, highlighting their adaptability and challenging ideas about their metabolism. Cold Antarctic conditions preserved fossils exceptionally well, sometimes including soft tissues. This has helped paleontologists rethink dinosaur physiology, suggesting some were warm-blooded or had advanced temperature control. Massive frozen sinkholes are suddenly appearing and exploding in Siberia, signaling alarming changes beneath the Earth's surface. These sinkholes result from thawing permafrost, ground that has remained frozen for thousands of years, but is now melting due to rising global temperatures. Trapped methane gas beneath the permafrost builds pressure and escapes violently, creating huge craters that can be hundreds of feet wide and deep, with explosions audible miles away. These sinkholes reveal a dangerous feedback loop. Methane, a greenhouse gas 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide over 100 years, is released, accelerating global warming. This causes more permafrost to thaw, releasing more methane and worsening climate change. Scientists have found that these sinkholes mainly appear where organic matter in the permafrost is decomposing, producing methane that explosively escapes. The sinkholes form lunar-like landscapes with ejected soil, ice, and debris, offering insights into ancient permafrost layers. Beyond their geological interest, these sinkholes pose a serious environmental threat. Increasing methane emissions could overwhelm efforts to reduce greenhouse gases. New sinkholes are appearing more frequently, showing that climate change involves sudden dramatic shifts, not just gradual warming. Local Siberian communities face danger from these explosions, which damage infrastructure and risk safety. The sinkholes also starkly demonstrate the profound and urgent changes occurring in Earth's climate system. Ötzi the Iceman, also known as the Similaun Man, is one of the most remarkable archaeological finds of the 20th century. In 1991, hikers uncovered his naturally preserved remains in the Ötztal Alps on the Austria-Italy border. This find offered a new window into a distant prehistoric world. Ötzi lived around 5,300 years ago, during the late Neolithic period. His preservation resulted from being swiftly covered by snow and ice, protecting him from natural decay and wildlife. The cold, dry conditions naturally preserved his body for millennia, through a slow freezing process. His clothing and belongings reveal much about his everyday life. He wore a coat made of woven grass and a fur cap for warmth. He carried a copper axe, arrows, a knife, and an animal hide backpack, showing adaptability to the alpine environment. Ötzi's story gained depth when an arrow-shaped object was found near his shoulder, suggesting a challenging final journey. He also experienced health issues such as joint discomfort and intestinal conditions. His tattoos may have served therapeutic roles, implying he was part of a caring community and an experienced traveler. Today, Ötzi is exhibited at the South Tyrol Museum of Archaeology in Bolzano, Italy, where he continues to captivate and educate. Lake Vostok in Antarctica is one of the most mysterious and significant discoveries in recent history. Hidden beneath nearly 2.5 miles of ice, this massive lake has been isolated from the outside world for an estimated 15 to 25 million years. Unlike any surface environment, it may harbor unique life forms that evolved independently. The discovery began in the 1950s during Soviet ice core drilling. Scientists noticed a smooth layer of ice signaling something unusual below. Decades later, they understood it was a lake about the size of Lake Ontario, sealed beneath the ice. Conditions in Lake Vostok are extreme. The water remains liquid despite below-freezing temperatures due to immense pressure, over 350 times atmospheric pressure, and geothermal heat. There is no sunlight, no connection to surface life, and no exchange with external ecosystems. In 2012, Russian researchers drilled through the ice and retrieved water samples containing microbial life at very low levels. These microbes might be uniquely adapted to millions of years of isolation. Lake Vostok's life has broad implications for astrobiology. If life thrives in such harsh, isolated conditions on Earth, similar environments on moons like Europa around Jupiter could also support life. Scientists continue careful study to avoid contaminating this pristine ecosystem. Each finding reveals more about the limits of life and raises exciting prospects for discovering life in the most unlikely places across the universe. The Franklin expedition ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, were lost in the Canadian Arctic for over 150 years before recent discoveries solved the mystery. In 1845, Sir John Franklin led 129 men aboard these specially reinforced ships to find the Northwest Passage, a sea route linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic. Equipped with steam engines, reinforced hulls, a large library, scientific tools, and the best canned food available, the expedition was well prepared. However, the ships became trapped in ice near King William Island, and the entire crew perished. For decades, the fate of the Franklin expedition was unknown. Search missions found graves, artifacts, and remains, but the ships themselves remained missing. Evidence suggested the crew faced extreme starvation and hardship. In 2014, researchers located HMS Erebus in remarkable condition on the Arctic seabed. 2 years later, HMS Terror was found, also well preserved. The ships were like time capsules, with intact structures, standing masts, and personal items left exactly as they were over 170 years ago. These findings revealed the final chapter. The crew abandoned the trapped ships and tried to travel south, but succumbed to harsh conditions, lead poisoning from canned food, and scurvy. The discoveries provide closure to this historic mystery and offer valuable insights into 19th-century Arctic exploration and naval technology. Don't miss out on our next deep dive into Earth's greatest secrets. Subscribe now and join the exploration. Antarctica's Allan Hills region is a treasure trove of meteorites that have fallen from space and been preserved in ice for thousands of years. Discovered in December 1984 during a U.S. Antarctic search for meteorites expedition, it quickly became one of Earth's most productive meteorite sites, with thousands of specimens collected over the years. Antarctica's cold, dry environment preserves meteorites in pristine condition, unlike other places where weather and contamination alter them. The ice sheet slowly moves meteorites to concentrated areas, making them easier to find. The Allan Hills meteorites are incredibly diverse, including samples from asteroids, the Moon, and Mars. These rocks, some over 4.5 billion years old, offer unique insights into the early solar system's formation. Martian meteorites blasted off from impacts allow scientists to study Mars's geology without a spacecraft. Lunar meteorites provide samples from areas humans haven't visited, broadening knowledge of the Moon's history. Some Allan Hills meteorites contain organic compounds, hinting that the building blocks of life existed in space before Earth's life began. This does not confirm life beyond Earth, but reveals important chemical clues. Preserved by Antarctic ice, these meteorites remain uncontaminated, enabling detailed study. Each piece tells a story of cosmic events, planetary formation, and the violent history shaping our solar system, contributing vital knowledge impossible to gain elsewhere. In 1928, explorer Julio Tello led a journey to Antarctica, where his team reportedly discovered uniquely shaped skulls beneath the ice. These skulls had distinct forms, similar to those found in ancient cultures like Peru's Paracas and certain Egyptian dynasties. If verified, this finding could offer new perspectives on who may have lived in Antarctica long ago. The discovery was controversial and largely kept quiet, with only limited records available. If genuine, it suggests that humans or human-like groups might have inhabited the continent before it became the icy landscape known today. Elongated skulls have appeared in various cultures, often linked to intentional head shaping during early childhood. However, the Antarctic cases might hint at a different history, that these groups reached Antarctica when its climate was milder. Some experts question whether ancient communities could endure such a harsh environment, while others suggest the skulls could point to a lost civilization or early migrations during warmer periods in Antarctica's past. This worldwide occurrence of elongated skulls continues to intrigue researchers. The possibility of their presence in Antarctica adds depth to the mystery, prompting questions about early human movement and origins. Due to Antarctica's challenging conditions and limited research, the existence of these skulls remains a subject of ongoing discussion. Until further evidence is found, the claim remains one of the continent's most captivating enigmas. High on the slopes of Mexico's Pico de Orizaba, North America's tallest volcano, an unexpected and striking discovery shook the climbing community and local officials. During a climb, an individual slipped and came across a startling sight, what appeared to be a naturally preserved head and arm emerging from the snow. Shocked, the climber alerted authorities immediately. The news quickly spread, prompting a team to investigate the remote site. Their findings were both intriguing and somber. Two more naturally preserved individuals were uncovered, resting in the icy hold of Pico de Orizaba. Among the investigators was Luis Espinosa, an 81-year-old man connected to a difficult expedition that had taken place on these same slopes in 19. He recognized one of the discoveries not by appearance but by unique clothing and a ring bearing initials. Luis's memories helped authorities confirm that these were the remains of people missing from that long-ago expedition, bringing important clarity to a story frozen in time for more than 60 years. These 20 incredible discoveries show us that our planet has been hiding remarkable stories in its frozen vaults, waiting for the right moment and the right people to uncover them. Each of these discoveries has changed how we understand our world, our history, and our place in the universe. They've revealed lost civilizations, extinct creatures, deadly pathogens, and even visitors from space. But perhaps most importantly, they've shown us that there are still countless mysteries waiting to be discovered in the ice. As climate change continues to melt ice around the world, we're in a race against time to uncover these frozen secrets before they're lost forever. Every melting glacier, every thawing permafrost region, every retreating ice sheet could be hiding the next incredible discovery that will rewrite our understanding of history. What do you think is the most amazing discovery on this list? Have you ever wondered what other secrets might be hidden in ice around the world? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible discoveries that will blow your mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.